Coming up tonight on the news at 5.
More interaction that you're having with people that you aren't around on a regular basis, the more likely it is that this will spread.
Will we see a spike in cases after the Thanksgiving holiday? Plus, Montana's U.S. senators weigh in on the likeliness of another round of federal stimulus.
From Montana's news leader, this is MTN News at 5.
Good afternoon and welcome to the News at 5. I'm Jessica Nelson. Thank you for joining us. As Congress comes back into session this week in Washington, it remains unclear whether it can agree on another bill offering pandemic-related relief for businesses or individuals. Both of Montana's U.S. senators, Republican Steve Daines and Democrat Jon Tester, told MTN News they'd like to see a bill passed. Daines said he's introduced several bipartisan bills, including one that would forgive prior loans to small businesses or offer relief to businesses with fewer than 50 employees. He says he'd like to see them passed or incorporated into a larger bill. His office also said Democratic leaders in Congress have rejected earlier efforts to compromise. Tester said a bill should be targeted at specific needs, such as healthcare costs, the hospitality industry, the unemployed, and schools and colleges. Tester wrote a letter to Senate leadership saying it's time to stop assessing blame and get a bill passed. He told MTN News that negative effects from the pandemic are getting worse and that a substantial aid package is needed now.
If we could get a bill out that have $1.25 trillion, between $1.25 trillion and $1.75 trillion in it, that's very, very targeted, I think it would do a lot of good for the economy. If we want to let these businesses fall through the cracks, if we want to let local governments default, I think that's really, really bad practice, and it isn't good for our long-term economic health.
Tester also said he believes that President-elect Joe Biden is supportive of a COVID relief package. A composite of state and locally reported data shows Montana's COVID-19 case total has passed 62,000. More than 15,000 of those are active. 15 more deaths have been reported since Sunday, bringing Montana's COVID-19 death total to 707. MTN is using a combination of sources to deliver the most accurate count on cases each day. Local county health departments may be alerted to cases before Montana DPHHS. Using that local data means there will be times when MTN coronavirus data does not align with the state report. Pondera County commissioners hope to soon have the county's health department back to full staff. Earlier this month, the health department director sent a letter to county commissioners saying the staff would be resigning November 27th. The letter cited multiple grievances with the county in regard to COVID-19. And the county commissioners said this morning all but one staff member left on Friday. He also said contact tracers are still working. You can read the director's letter on our website. Let's check in now with Curtis. Happy Monday, Curtis.
Yeah, happy Monday coming off of the holiday weekend. Hope you all had a good weekend. Boy, did the weather go downhill or change pretty quickly here this afternoon. A lot of the state started out with sunshine and clouds and even a little snow here. A little fresh snow up on the Continental Divide. There you can see that system with snow mainly along and west of the divide, although some of the central mountain areas will see some accumulation here tonight into tomorrow. December dendrites, yeah, it's the final day of November, tonight into tomorrow, the first few hours of December, and dendrites is a fancy word for a snowflake. We'll have a few of those. After that, it is wall-to-wall sunshine for quite a while here. We may not have any snow until mid-month, so it might be a while here, but I'll take you through this little snow event and let you see just how sunny it will be. That's coming up in the full forecast.
Thanks, Curtis. We know a lot more about COVID-19 now than we did back in March, but there are still a lot of unanswered questions. For that, we turn to MTN's Matt Hosoffel, who sat down with Cascade City County Health Officer Tricia Gardner to get some answers.
How did the Thanksgiving holiday affect COVID-19 case reporting in Montana? People are saying you should wait 5 days to get tested if you're worried about potential exposure from a Thanksgiving gathering. But does that really matter? We're here to answer some of your COVID-19 questions.
We know that it doesn't necessarily show up until a couple days after you've come into contact with it. So for the tests will likely come back negative if you went right away and tested. Waiting a few days it does build that in, the higher the likelihood that you'll have a viral load that's detectable when you do test.
Monday's state COVID-19 case report says that many counties did not report new numbers over the holiday weekend. So when will the backlogged case reports return to normal?
The state lab didn't run on Thanksgiving Day, so I think we'll be seeing some more coming in this weekend or early this week.
Health officials are optimistic about the news of a COVID-19 vaccine coming in the next few weeks. Dr. Anthony Fauci has said that an overwhelming majority of Americans must get the vaccine in order to get the pandemic under control.
The more people that you have immunized and that are immune to something, the fewer people it has to spread throughout and within.
Despite the CDC's warnings against Thanksgiving travel, the Transportation Security Administration reported the Wednesday before Thanksgiving was the busiest air travel day in the U.S. since the pandemic began. As people return home from holiday travels, local health officials are keeping an eye on potential case spikes.
The more interaction that you're having with people that you aren't around on a regular basis, the more likely it is that this will spread.
I asked Trisha if she'll be getting the COVID-19 vaccine when it becomes available and if she'll be recommending that her staff does the same. She said absolutely yes. If you have questions about COVID-19 in Montana or the state's vaccination plan, email us. In Great Falls, Matt Holzaffel, MTN News.
If you have tested positive for COVID-19 and recovered, the American Red Cross wants you to donate plasma. The plasma is being given to COVID-19 patients as a possible treatment. Plasma from someone who has recovered from the virus contains antibodies that may attack the virus in people who are sick. The Red Cross chapters in Great Falls and Missoula are the only two in Montana where this plasma can be donated. Once it's been donated, it's distributed as needed across the country, with priority being given to hospitals in Montana. As of November 17th, Red Cross chapters nationwide have distributed more than 70,000 units of the plasma.
I think donors are really stepping up right now to donate, and we're testing every donation for the antibodies. So that's pretty cool. I've got numbers of calls of people that want to donate and try to help people out.
To donate convalescent plasma, you need to be at least 17, have been recovered from the virus for at least 14 days, and weigh at least 110 pounds. Head to our website for more information. President-elect Joe Biden reaches a delayed milestone today as he begins receiving classified daily intelligence briefings. Biden also announcing more of the senior staff who will be surrounding him as President Trump's legal team continues to push claims of widespread election fraud. Here is the very latest from Washington.
In a move filled with both symbolic and real importance, President-elect Joe Biden receiving his first President's Daily Brief today after weeks of delay. Biden now has an inside look at top-level intelligence and any national security threats. The president-elect also naming staff picks for his economic team, led by Janet Yellen as Treasury Secretary. The former chair of the Federal Reserve would be the first woman in that role if confirmed. Republicans are already lining up to fight Biden's choice for budget director, Neera Tanden. At the same time, Biden making history in naming an all-female senior communications team.
It's an all-star pick. I think that the best people for the job just happen to be women in this case.
The president-elect also moving ahead with his inauguration plans despite a hitch, suffering hairline fractures in his foot while playing with his dog. Doctors saying he could be in a boot for several weeks. President Trump tweeting get well soon, but ignoring news that Biden extended his lead in Wisconsin over the weekend after that state's partial recount wrapped up. On Fox Business News, the president still pinning his hopes on the Supreme Court.
Well, the problem is it's hard to get into the Supreme Court.
President Trump's legal team continuing to push false allegations of widespread fraud, meeting today in Arizona with a group of Republican state legislators.
Our side of the story needs to be heard.
Even as Arizona officially certified Biden's victory in the state today. The Trump team making no secret of its extraordinary efforts to reverse the results of an election, turning to state lawmakers after losing at the ballot box and in a growing number of court cases. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Okay, when we come back, Chief Meteorologist Curtis Grevenance breaks down this week's forecast and what we can expect to see. And coming up later, food banks are needed by many, but now more than ever, they may not have anything left to give.
There starts now with Chief Meteorologist Curtis Grevenance.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Pretty scene here from Geyser looking at the high woods. The high woods stand a chance of seeing a little snow here tonight and some of the higher terrain right around the high woods. Also up there into Judith Basin County, the foothills of the Little Belt Mountains could be seeing a little snow here a little later tonight into tomorrow morning. 38 degrees, though, in Great Falls. Southwest winds pretty strong, gusting up to 31 miles per hour. Helena, there have been a few snow showers into the hills around town. 40 degrees with some gusts up to 33 miles per hour after what was a beautiful morning with fairly calm conditions and sunny skies. But you can see the temperatures in the 30s and the 40s. A few spots approaching 50 degrees earlier today. Well, tomorrow will be a little cooler day behind this system. The wind certainly strong, but even the wind will die down as we get into the first day of December tomorrow. Here's a look at the radar again. Western parts of the state, a little in north central Montana, looking at a little snow, but up there above Lincoln, out there through about the Ovando area, Seeley Lake, looking at a little snow coming down. There's some of that snow shower activity that's been pushing through the Helena area. Looks like the Deep Creek Pass through the Big Belts, picking up just a little snow. Could see a few snow showers still come through the Helena area. Snow showers. Light snow, emphasis on light here. A couple of snow showers west of the divide and up across north central Montana. Perhaps a couple of raindrops or flakes here, but really not much going on. There's actually more snow down into parts of Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia right now than there are in Montana. Tennessee, Kentucky also getting some snow and some severe weather up the East Coast. So here's what will happen overnight tonight. Some snow showers across north central Montana. Here we are by about 11:30 tonight. And again, the north slopes of the Little Belt Mountains picking up some of that snow. There are the Big Belt Mountains right there. Some snow into parts of Marr County as well. And up on the High Line, a few snow showers, and down the Continental Divide, we will have a few snow showers. Some snow showers will spread into eastern Montana tonight and still tomorrow. I know this is 7 o'clock. It doesn't show any snow, but there will likely still be a little snow around the Little Belts, the Big Belts, also the big snowies into central Montana tomorrow morning. A couple of snow showers, but watch as the clouds kind of melt away through the morning hours, and most of the state will be looking at increasing sunshine through the afternoon. And boy, is that sun going to stick around here for a while, maybe about a week straight of solid sunshine, except at night, of course. But there we go through Tuesday night. Tuesday night, there will be a little disturbance moving through northeast Montana. So Glasgow, Culbertson, Scobie, up there around Medicine Lake might have a few snow showers Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. But after that, skies really clear out here for Wednesday, Thursday, and beyond. So wait until you get to, I show you the 7-day forecast here. So little accumulation, including up there over Kings Hill Pass. Nyhart, Monarch doing well in a situation like this. Out there around the high woods, a little snow there. You can see the big snowies. Lewistown could see a coating up to maybe an inch of snow. The Bear Paw Mountains picking up a little coating of some snow, and also down the Continental Divide. It's a minor system with just a little light snow here, and then again a little light snow Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, northeast Montana. So a few snow showers out there tonight, including around Great Falls and Cascade and off of the Rocky Mountain front. A few light snow showers north central Montana. Northeast areas should be generally dry here tonight. Tomorrow night, northeast Montana gets some of that snow. Lewistown, Denton, Stanford, Nyhart, over through Monarch Canyon, Showdown picking up some snow, and around the Helena area, more so in the hills around town. And this is also one of those situations where out there near Canyon Ferry Lake and Nelson, there will be a little more in the way of some snow. York could have a coating up to an inch, maybe 2 at best. Here's the forecast for tomorrow. A few flakes early on, maybe even before the sunrise tomorrow morning, but abundant sunshine through the afternoon and the evening for most locations. Again, Lewistown, a little cloud cover in the morning, some snow showers in the morning, also around the Helena area, but increasing sunshine through the afternoon and the evening. So all we have to do is get through tonight and tomorrow, and then it's a boatload of vitamin D here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Talk about consistent. Upper 30s to near 40. Cold at night and very calm conditions. And for Great Falls, a lot of sunshine, a little wind, a little schnooking going on, and temperatures through the end of the week into the weekend above average in the 40s and 50s.
Many of us know someone or we've seen the request for food on Nextdoor or Facebook. Some food banks are sounding the alarm during this holiday season, and those food banks worry they won't have anything left to give.
Hi, how are you? Good, how are you? Good, thank you.
From just outside Springfield, Massachusetts, to Washington, D.C., this is what lines look like outside food banks all over the country.
Come up a little further.
It is now normal to see hundreds of cars in a line stretching for miles.
Just throw it in the back.
And people like Michael Sell arriving 2 hours ahead of when the drive-through pantries open.
I came here at 11 o'clock. And there was already 3 people in front of me.
To ensure they get the help they need.
It's almost incomprehensible how many people are hurting.
Every distribution, we're running out of food, and I'm calling suppliers, and I'm calling the food bank saying, I need more food. How many households are you picking up for?
Robin Bielecki is with the East Hampton Community Center and works with the Western Massachusetts Food Bank to hold this drive-through food pantry a few times a month.
A lot of the people that normally give, especially during the holiday season, are keeping that food. They've lost their jobs.
Some are now in this line needing the help.
You are all set. You're welcome.
In the 19 years that she has been organizing this food pantry, Bielecki has never seen a need like this.
We definitely hope we never get to the point where we will not be able to fill the need.
But that is the real fear at most food banks around the country now, especially since in the next 4 weeks, if Congress does not pass a stimulus package, at least 12 million Americans will lose their unemployment benefits, and 11 to 13 million could be evicted from their homes. Most of those people will have no option but to turn to food banks, already at the brink.
Have a good week and a good holiday. You too, hon.
I'm Alicia Nieves reporting.
What a good.
Coming up next, how you can participate in an agriculture trade mission between Montana and Israel without leaving your home.
You're watching MTN News at 5.
Here's how Montanans can participate in an agriculture trade mission between Montana and Israel, all from the comfort of their own home.
On Thursday, December 3rd, the Montana World Trade Center will host a 90-minute Montana-Israel Virtual Trade Forum. Starting at 9 a.m., the event will highlight the opportunities to grow trade between Montana and Israel and focus on the agriculture and ag tech industries.
We're going to do a virtual trade forum instead of a trade mission over there, and we just started to see a lot of synergies between Montana and Israel as far as technology in the agriculture sector, as well as some egg production as well. So we wanted to highlight those. So we're going to try and focus on entrepreneurship, on drone technologies. Montana has a strong photonics and optics cluster in the Gallatin Valley that can provide some potential research and development in the autonomous driving vehicles, including tractors. They also have a lot of irrigation technology happening over there, which, we have a lot of dry land in Montana, but there are a lot of up and coming greenhouse, hydroponic, that sort of endeavors that I think would find some synergy there.
With cutting edge agriculture technology coming from both Montana and Israeli inventors and researchers, the Trade Forum can help farmers maximize their natural resource and yield potential while also creating a lasting trade partnership.
The entrepreneurship within the two regions. MSU has a really strong extensive agriculture science curriculum, and I think that there's a lot of ag entrepreneurs coming out of MSU, and Israel is seeing the same thing.
To register for the Montana-Israel Virtual Trade Forum, visit mwtc.org. Reporting, Lane Nordmond, MTN News.
All right, up next, Lego fans haven't seen a set like this yet. I'll show you the latest 9,000-piece Lego set when we come back.
When we welcome our West Coast viewers, Moderna becomes the latest company to seek government approval to field its COVID vaccine. I sit down with its president and other vaccine execs to discuss what happens now and when. Also, the rescue far at sea being called a miracle when we see you back here tonight.
News leader. You're watching MTN News at 5.
Lego's largest block set took only a few moments to sell out. It's a replica of the Roman Colosseum. The set contained more than 9,000 pieces and sold for $550. Wow, beautiful. That's all for us this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your Monday night.